Good morning. Welcome to the Midweek Movement for therapists and psychologists ready to reclaim their mornings. I'm Dr. Coral Westerway. I'm a clinical psychologist and an energy psychologist, and I'm here on lots of Wednesday mornings to come together, to be together, to move together, to drop into stillness together, and to do some energy work, to move through anything that is blocking or slowing us down or weighing us down, and to invite in and resource. So, good morning. Welcome. How are you doing this morning? What's present? What are you aware of? Well done for carving this time out for you. It's so important that when we give so much to others, we make space to resource and nourish ourselves. So let's put the busyness to one side, ask all parts of us to make a bit of space this morning for us to be present, and let's bring our attention in. So what do you notice this morning? What's present in your body? Maybe having a bit of a stretch, maybe bringing your breath and your attention into your body, tuning in and seeing where feels most comfortable, most easeful. Maybe bringing a hand there. And maybe scanning through your body and noticing where feels tighter or more restricted. And again, maybe bringing some breath, some movement, or some touch to that place. Slowing everything down. Let's be with our body and be with our breath this morning. Taking a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and sighing out through the mouth, allowing everything to really land and soften and settle. Bringing your attention to your feet on the earth, your legs on the chair, allowing yourself to get a little bit heavier, be held just a little bit more this morning. Where are you dropping in from this morning? I'm in Somerset, south of Bristol, and it's been raining, freshening everything up, but there is blue sky out there now. So as we land together in this moment, as we invite the busyness of the day ahead to give us just a bit of space, and we put aside the worries and the reflections on all that is gone, and we drop into this moment, what do you notice is present for you? And what do you need from this time this morning? What needs meeting? What needs honouring? What needs tending to? Given time to be with your breath, the rise of the body on the inhale and the fall of the body on the exhale. Slowing everything down, to be present in this moment. Receiving each breath with our attention, with our appreciation, acknowledging where the breath enters the body and all that rises and expands on the inhale. Noticing and observing the breath leave the body and all that contracts and falls on the exhale. Inviting the slowing down, the noticing, the being with. Each breath expanding all that you are and anchoring you right here, right now, in this moment. Noticing how it is to slow down. Noticing if it feels spacious and joyful, or if it feels uncomfortable. If parts of you get a bit twitchy when we slow down, feeling there must be something else calling your attention, or that you're missing something. Honouring and acknowledging all parts of you that are so used to running around and doing all the things, but inviting a bit of calm in the slowing down, a bit of space to be with. Breathing into any discomfort or any agitation, meeting it, noticing it, being with it. Asking what it needs to feel safe enough to stop. Letting it know there's only 22 more minutes and then the busyness can return. But how important it is as people who tend to others, who meet others in their pain, for us to find moments to reconnect with ourselves, with our body, with our breath, with the earth. So taking these moments to remind ourselves that it's good to take moments throughout our day to come back to this breath, to this body, to this moment. Maybe we want to bring in a bit of a hug, acknowledging and tending to all parts of us this morning. Thanking this body for all that it navigates, all that we push it through. And in the second part of the practice today, we're going to bring in a bit of tapping, a bit of moving, a bit of being with the body. So really bringing our presence and our attention to notice what is here for us this morning. Starting off with the 4 thumps. Tapping under the eyes on the stomach meridian. And inviting our breath to really move through anything that needs a helping hand. Stomach, about digestion, about processing all that we take in, all that we ingest. And there's a lot that is hard to digest right now. A lot of heaviness, a lot of toxicity. So gently being here under the eyes with stomach meridian, supporting our system to process all that we are exposed to, all that we're taking in. Come into the kidney meridian, K27 at the collarbones. Our kidneys filter all that we take in. This point really helps us filter, discern, process. Helps us when we're unsure, when we're deliberating, when we don't know what's best. Coming back here, calming and centering, clearing out the deliberation and the uncertainty. And stepping forward with ease. Coming to the spleen points under the arms. These points can be tender, maybe given a bit of a rub or a tap or a thump here. Spleen, about metabolizing toxins. Breathing into this as we rub and tap here. Bringing in a gentle hug. Supporting our whole system with all that is toxic, all that is not serving us. Helping us to cut through all of the noise, all of the hostility and the conflict. And come back to our heart, to our center, back to love. Oh yeah, they are tender this morning. And then come into the thymus, above the heart. The point that really helps charge up our life force energy. Rubbing or tapping or thumping here. Our Tarzan point. Really get us going for the day ahead. And as we thump here, it can be called popping the cork. It can be really good for getting the lymph moving. So we might want to rub up in the arm creases and down towards the heart. These creases in the arms are also linked to the central meridian and help our focus, our clarity. So if you're feeling a bit foggy, it can be a good place to rub. Let's rub down the front of the body, give the belly a bit of a rub, tending to the liver on the right side at the bottom of the rib cage, the kidneys on the back. Just sending appreciation to our organs for all they do. Let's honor our lungs. Let's take a deep breath here. Our lungs hold our grief. There's a lot of grief around right now. Our lungs also connect us to the waters of the world, to the codes, to the information to flow. Breathing in, honoring and appreciating our lungs for each breath they take. Lovely. Let's get up and have a shake. I've been speaking in my therapy sessions this week with colleagues. We're all bringing much more movement into our practice. Therapy traditionally has a bit like school, taught us to sit still, be very attentive and present, but really to live in our head and override our body. So me and many of the colleagues I'm working with and talking to are really delighting in bringing more movement back in to help us regulate. We have natural regulatory systems in our body that involve shaking to discharge excess energy. And we don't access them enough. So daily practices of shaking, of unwinding, of even putting some music on and having a dance, and really support our bodies and our whole energy systems. So feeling into your body this morning, handing over to the body, not controlled by the head, just allowing your body to move in any way it wants to this morning. Having a shake, handing over and seeing which part of you wants to move, wants to release, bringing the breath there to support the process. Noticing any tension or tightness that might just like to be shaken through. When we observe animals that have escaped predators and they've been filmed and the film slowed down, we can observe micro shaking to discharge the excess energy. And we also have these mechanisms in our system. Let's bring in now the cross crawl, bilateral movements, opposite hand to opposite leg, big or small, slow or fast, finding your rhythm. Being mindful of the space around you. Our energy naturally crosses over our body, left to right, right to left. So the cross crawl and movements that invite the crossover can really support our system to come back into coherence, centeredness, natural flow. There's a lot that scrambles our energy at the moment. So all these practices can bring us back into harmony. Now let's bring in figure of eights. Again, beautiful symbols that exist throughout our energy system. From the helixes in the DNA, figure of eights are connectors and communicators. And they support our energy system. So weaving these into our energy system to really support us today. And we are electrical beings, 70% water. So keeping hydrated through this work is really important. Let's bring in a connecting heaven and earth. Rubbing the palms of the hand together at the heart. One hand palm up to the skies, one hand palm down to the earth. And stretching out. Stretching out our auric field. Maybe visualizing our aura surrounding us, the edge of our energy system, and where we meet the world and communicate. You might notice what colours you can sense this morning. Breathing into that and setting that up strongly. And you might like to say 3 times, I have strong energetic boundaries. This is a really good practice before we go into a clinical session or any busy spaces. I have strong energetic boundaries. Breathing and strengthening into that auric field. And once more, I have strong energetic boundaries. Really helps support our system to not take on so much of everybody else's. Okay. And let's go into a cross crawl. So crossing the ankles, interlacing the fingers, and crossing the arms. Tongue lightly on the roof of the mouth, and taking a few deep breaths here. And one more big breath on this side. And let's swap over the ankles, cross them the other way. Swap over the hands and the arms, and take a few deep breaths on this side. Again, these crossover exercises really help regulate and calm our energy system, releasing anything that's not serving us, and settling our system. And one more big breath on this side. And we'll come back to seating and do some energy practice for the last part of the session. So I'm going to invite you to tap along with me. I'm going to offer some words. If my words don't totally fit, find your own words. Tapping on the karate chop and repeating after me. Even though I'm feeling tired, it's hard to focus and get much done. I'm working hard to love, honor, and accept all parts of me. Take a deep breath. Even though there's a lot going on, and it's easy to feel off center, and things feel hard, and I'm struggling. I'm working hard to love, honor, and accept myself. Listen to and tend to my needs. Even though there's a lot going on right now, and I can easily get scrambled. I'm working hard to be gentle and compassionate to all parts of me. To come back to center and just take this one next step. And I ask for help with this now. Tapping on the top of the head. Feeling off center. Hard to focus. Inside corner of the eye. All that, excuse me, all that's taking me off center. Outside corner of the eye. Oh, all of the busyness. All that's taking me off center. Under the eye. All of the lack of focus, all of the busyness. Under the nose. All that is busy, all that is taking me off center. On the chin. All of the busyness, all that is taking me off center. On the collarbones. All that is busy, all that is taking me off center. Under the arm at the spleen point. All that is busy, all that is taking me off center. Come back to the top of the head. All that is busy, all that is taking me off center. Have a drink there. And we'll bring in and ask and receive, connecting us to our highest, wisest paths. There's a part of my being that already knows how to navigate all that I'm moving through. How to bring kindness and gentleness to myself and others. And to be my best self. This part of my being is willing to inform the rest of me now. It is doing so now with grace and ease. My mind, body, and spirit are receiving this information now. It is done. I know how to navigate all that I'm moving through with kindness and gentleness. Breathe into that. See how that lands in your system. If you are noticing parts of you that disagree or that doesn't land with, then maybe do another round with anything that's coming up from them. Any doubts, any struggles, any tension in the body. Work through again. But if that lands nicely, breathe into that. Feel into that part of you that knows and allow that to expand and fill your system. Bring in the fingers of one hand to the forehead, the other to the belly button, as we just let all this integrate and settle in our system. Thank you for joining me today. I got lots of these Wednesday morning practices on my YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe and follow me for more. I run individual therapy sessions, integrating energy work, supervision sessions, supporting therapists, psychologists, bring spirituality and energy work into their practice. And I run a group program for therapists, for psychologists, for helpers who are ready to break free from chronic patterns of overgiving, the receiving revolution. Bring the fingers to the pubic bone, up the central channel, to the lower lip. I also offer a free 3-part practice, which is in the comments, the energy reset to support you release what is not yours for your clinical day. Thank you so much for joining me. Love and best wishes. Be gentle. Hope to see you again soon. Take care.